Today, together with a team of rock stars, we help companies spot, move, and grow talent around the world with quite a unique mix of services, going from talent acquisition of rare talents to immigration, relocation, but also training, intercultural training or language training to fast track their integration in the country. Well, I have a 5-year-old nephew, and if you were to ask me what I do, I guess I would say I help mommies and daddies around the world find an awesome job abroad. The best part is that we also help them find a nice house where they can play with all your friends. We help them find a school where you can learn new stuff, and also prepare for them all the boring papers. Like this, they will have more time to spend with you. French Tech 120 is a tailor-made support program which aims basically to simplify life for selected startups and to help to overcome as quickly as possible all the challenges that they encounter on the way to their hypergrowth. That can go from talent recruitment to relations with the administration, access to international markets, and so on and so forth. The objective is quite clear. It's to make the selected companies the world leaders of tomorrow. So for Cooptalis, it's a label that we wear with pride that brings us, first of all, the recognition and promotion of our company as a startup capable of becoming a world-class technological leader. Second of all, I think it brings business development opportunities through the role of French Tech ambassador abroad. A good example here would be the recent presidential mission organized in Poland at the beginning of the year that connected us with many companies in the region. Last but not least, I think what brings us the most is support for our business, basically making the complex easier through access to French Tech job board, where we can put our job offers, or help with candidate sourcing and priority participation in Pôle emploi and APEC recruitment events. For our agency in ASEAN, the label has facilitated introductions with entrepreneurs based in Singapore. It's where we are looking to expand our business at the moment. And I have to say, the French Tech community in Singapore, it's a very dynamic one. Good job. Today, I am a passionate business developer, a career that I started some 12 years ago. Since then, I had the chance to work in sales and business development in Romania, Bangladesh, France, and Vietnam, in both large corporations and fast-growing startups, always trying to adapt to new environments, discovering new people, languages, and business cultures around the world. I think it's the same passion that led me in 2015 at my arrival in France to Cooptalis. At that time, a small international mobility agency with a great ambition, but most importantly with a common belief that talent is borderless. So I started out as an international mobility consultant, helping talent around the world to make their professional project a reality. And then once I could master the French language a bit better, I went straight to business development. 3 years ago, a personal project brought me to Vietnam, and the company trusted me with opening the first agency in Asia, here in Ho Chi Minh. Cooptalis' ambition is to become a world leader in international mobility. And to sustain this ambition, we grew fast. our global footprint covering today 18 agencies spread in 10 countries. In this goal, we understood very fast that Asia is a must in terms of business development. And even before opening the agency in Vietnam in 2017, we had actually looked into markets such as Singapore and Hong Kong, much more mature regions in terms of the services we provide. Choosing to open in Vietnam has allowed us not only to have an entry point in the ASEAN region, but also to bring value to the local market with several services gathered under one roof. What amazes me every single time is the grit and determination of people. The hustle seems to be a way of life, and this actually became even more obvious during the COVID crisis, when many small and even medium-sized businesses had to close down. And when you speak with them, when you ask them how do you cope, they will most likely reply with a smile and tell you about this new venture that they just opened. So they never give up and never stop. And I believe this mentality translates into the very dynamic markets that we see today all throughout Asia. We master all employment vehicles, which few competitors do. From temporary staffing to freelance, portage, employment outsourcing, going into remote work, offshore and nearshore. If I were to speak about Vietnam, most of the companies that we meet struggle basically with two issues. First of all, attraction of top talent, and then retention of that talent once they are in the company. So in our activities, we put emphasis on two things. When it comes to talent acquisition, we build headhunting strategies based on the company's DNA and context, and we work together with the HR teams to build the company's brand visibility in the market and build an offer that will attract those hot skills that they are looking for. We add to that three separate levels of evaluation by multicultural specialists that basically ensure objectivity. And then the second one, we act as an advisor to companies on best practices for retention of personnel in long term. It's actually a lesson that I learned the hard way, and that is to be patient in building relationships and take the necessary time to understand the country, its people, and its culture before adapting your business. It may sound obvious, but we see way too many times companies that try to copy paste a certain model or way of doing business or way of management from their home country to Vietnam with little flexibility. Um, the good part is that Vietnamese usually are very keen to share their proud culture, tradition, and history with the foreigners. In a way, maybe to protect their local customs and heritage in a rapidly developing society. The future is bringing very exciting projects to Cooptalis. One of them is to create the first global platform for expatriation and international mobility support. We are actually developing a multilingual digital platform allowing candidates and companies alike to purchase and manage all services from tax advice to moving immigration that are basically necessary or useful during their expatriation and international mobility projects. Secondly, we continue to expand to new countries, both in Europe and Asia. I am, for example, currently discovering the very dynamic ecosystem of Singapore, the opportunities that it presents, and trying to build a bridge with the amazing talent that Vietnam has to offer. The first one is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, and second is Becoming by Michelle Obama. Very different approaches, I think, but both tell a very compelling story of navigating through systemic racism in different parts of the world, but also tells a story of how pure determination can change the course of your life. Well, shout out to Haley Baker from Colibri Growth, a company connecting Singapore-based startups with Vietnamese tech talent. Haley, besides managing her time between the two countries, also animates Girls in Tech Singapore with a very clear purpose to make the tech community more inclusive.